Welcome to the 8th episode of UNews Weekly, coming to you from the UN Information Office in Uzbekistan, in close collaboration with all UN agencies operating in the country.
Today we are very happy to inform you about the most important UN news of the outgoing week.
I'm Bokhodir Ayupov
And Nigina Haitova.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Coming to you in this program, the United Nations General Assembly in 2010 recognized the 21st of March as the International Day of Navruz. It marks the new year and the arrival of spring across many countries. Grand celebrations of the Navruz holiday were held at Alisher Navai National Park of Uzbekistan in Tashkent on the 19th of March 2013.
World Tuberculosis Day is a worldwide event that aims to raise public awareness of tuberculosis and the efforts made to prevent and treat this disease. This event is held annually on the 24th of March. The UNDP UN Volunteers project empowering communities through local volunteerism to address poverty and tuberculosis in Karakalpakstan, Uzbekistan, was the first in Uzbekistan and somewhat unique around the world in the fight against tuberculosis.
Since 2006, we mobilized thousands of community volunteers in Karakalpakstan to go around their local communities.
The rise of the South is unprecedented in its speed and scale. The 2013 Human Development Report says, "Never in history have the living conditions and prospects of so many people changed so dramatically and so fast." Stefan Priesner, United Nations Resident Coordinator in Uzbekistan, spoke to the UN Information Office about the main message of this significant report.
This year's report focuses on the rise of the South.
Volunteerism is an important component of any strategy aimed at poverty reduction, sustainable development, health, disaster prevention and management, social integration, and overcoming social exclusion and discrimination. Bokhodir Ayupov, project manager of UNDP Social Innovation and Volunteerism project, will tell us more in the special guest section.
We are using volunteers to provide the very sustainability in most of our activities.
Navruz is an age-old celebration of rebirth. It is a moment when societies pose to strengthen the ties of respect and solidarity that bring together peoples of different cultures, ethnicities, religions, and languages. This is a celebration of harmony in diversity and with nature. Let's view a small report about the celebration of International Day of Navruz in Tashkent.
The United Nations General Assembly in 2010 recognized the 21st of March as the International Day of Navruz, describing it as a spring festival which has been celebrated for over 3,000 years and calling on world countries to draw on the holiday's rich history to promote peace and goodwill. Navruz marks the new year and the arrival of spring across many countries of Western, Central and Southern Asia, the Caucasus and other regions. Grand celebrations of the Navruz holiday were held at Alisher Navai National Park of Uzbekistan in Tashkent on the 19th of March 2013. Members of the government, deputies and senators, scientists, representatives of arts, sports, industrial and other spheres, representatives of foreign embassies and international organizations took part in the celebrations. This was the 22nd celebration of this holiday of an independent country, and it has truly become a people's holiday. In that bright day, our compatriots greeted another spring, admired the renewal of the nature, and enjoyed a peaceful and prosperous life with the sounds of mesmerizing music, beautiful spring landscapes, and pictures of native nature. Observing Navruz not only promotes cultural values, but also helps nations to establish relations based on friendship, peace, justice, and respect. Navruz is a moment for renewing with the past and for strengthening forms of belonging that are essential for a better future for all. Happy Navruz! United Nations Volunteers in Uzbekistan has successfully integrated volunteerism into various development projects and has carried out numerous initiatives to make a difference and improvement in the people's livelihood. The UNDP project empowering communities through local volunteerism to address poverty and tuberculosis in Karakalpakstan, Uzbekistan, aimed to raise awareness in the areas with the highest rates of suffering from tuberculosis and to reduce discrimination among the general public through mass mobilization of community volunteers. Santeri Erikkson, the UNV program officer, spoke to the UN Information Office about the project's main achievements made in this sphere.
Well, what we have showcased in Uzbekistan is that volunteers can be a great asset in the fight against tuberculosis. Since 2006, we mobilized thousands of community volunteers in Karakalpakstan to go around their local communities, work together with the health centers, work together with local organizations to raise awareness on tuberculosis among the local population. And this year we're continuing our activities. We are planning to mobilize another 1,500 community volunteers to continue their door-to-door work, go from family to family, from community to community, and tell people about tuberculosis so they would know how to first see what are the first symptoms of tuberculosis, and tell people that they should go and get tested if they see these symptoms. And also to release the stigma on the people who have contracted tuberculosis, to tell and educate, these people can still be of great value to the community and to the society as a whole.
Next in our program, the rise of the South is radically reshaping the world of the 21st century, with developing nations driving economic growth, lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, and propelling billions more into new global middle class, says the United Nations Development Programme's 2013 Human Development Report. Stefan Priesner, the United Nations Resident Coordinator in Uzbekistan, commented on this report and explained its global significance.
As you pointed out, the Human Development Report is really the flagship report of UNDP, has been issued for the last 20 years and has really changed the development paradigm into one of human development. And the key message of human development is that development is not only about economic growth, but it's about expanding people's choices. And how do you expand people's choices? You do this by focusing on health, on education, and obviously also on income, but it's not only income. So this year's report focuses on the rise of the South. As everybody knows, the world was traditionally divided into North and South. The North was always perceived as the developing world, as the world that was providing funding to help the developing countries, the South, to emerge. But what happens in the 21st century is something very fascinating, namely that the South suddenly becomes the engine of growth. Now it is the South that pulls people with their own growth out of poverty. Millions and millions of people are pulled out of poverty, education is provided, health is provided, which means that very astonishing development gains come from these trends. Now, this rise of the South enables the world to have unique partnerships, new collaboration between the North and the South. Suddenly it's not anymore a hierarchical relationship between the North helping the South only, but it's much more a partnership at equal level. The North can provide trade, the North can provide technology, but most of the capital suddenly sits in the South. 2/3 of the world's reserves are now residual in the South. So the North is very much looking towards the South to provide investments for sustaining growth. This, I think, is really the key message of this year's report, that the world is extremely quickly changing and that we have to adopt our development strategies to this new reality.
It is important to build necessary capacities to enable community members and beneficiaries to identify community needs and formulate mini projects on community improvements, as well as to secure minimal funding for the realization of these initiatives.
Within the Social Innovation and Volunteerism project, the United Nations Development Programme introduced some innovations, such as using volunteerism to achieve local development goals, bridging the gap between women and men from rural and urban areas, and introducing ICT as a tool for informal education.
And we'll discuss the main targets and results of the project in our special guest section. Our special guest is Mr. Bokhodir Ayupov, the project manager of the United Nations Development Programme, Social Innovation and Volunteerism Project. Welcome to our show, Mr. Ayupov.
Thank you very much.
We're very happy to talk to you here today.
Honored. Thank you.
So, to start our conversation, I'd like to ask you, the project is called Social Innovation and Volunteerism in Uzbekistan. How relevant it is to the context of this country, of Uzbekistan, and does the project justify its title?
Okay, very good question. Yes, it does justify its title, and it is critically, I wouldn't say just relevant to the context of Uzbekistan, it's critically important and critically relevant to our context. First of all, most of the activities of the project are directed either to one of the main areas of our project activities, the first one being promotion of volunteerism culture in Uzbekistan, and the second one being promotion of social innovation initiatives, as well as the concept, promotion of the concept of social innovation. And because of the youth bulge that we observe in Uzbekistan, engaging youth and guiding them in the right direction is critical. So, and so is promotion of social innovation, especially among youth, because majority of our youth is quite intelligent, and it is absolutely critical to use this potential that they have for their own benefit, for the benefit of the society.
Ever since the project has been launched, we're starting to hear more and more about social innovation. Is there an easy way of explaining what is social innovation for those who have never come across with this concept before?
To me, a definition of a social innovation should and must contain a very important element, and it's sustainability. I'm looking for a system, not just a project. I'm looking for an establishment of a system in the project. So if a certain activity will not exist and will not have a chance to continue on its own without the initiator or the organizer, then I don't call it social innovation. And because we're coming back to the title of the project, because we are looking at social innovation and volunteerism, some people ask me, how is social innovation and volunteerism are linked to each other? And the answer lies here in the word sustainability, because we are using volunteers to provide the very sustainability in most of our activities. Just an example, we have launched a discussion club, which is becoming more and more popular now. And we gave the format, and we engaged the volunteers. And now it is the volunteers themselves that are starting to organize and hold the discussion club. So this is just one example of the sustainability that we're looking for in most of our activities. The easy way of explaining is just reading through social innovation project examples. One example, taxi for disabled people, for example. Just now when I was driving here, I came across with this taxi driver. I heard about him before, but I stopped at his friends and asked for the contact number and I actually called and talked to him. This is a disabled person that drives a taxi. He doesn't use his legs because he is disabled. He drives, using his hands. And the taxi has been tailored for his special needs.
Thank you. It's a very comprehensive way of explaining the main activities of the project. And to follow up on this, and as far as I know, the Social Innovation and Volunteerism Project was established in 2012, and this is quite short period of time. And the public is already aware of the fact that your project works actively in close cooperation with the youth and national partners. So for this short period of time, what are the achievements of the project and the success that it has achieved so far?
We have quite some achievements that we can boast. For example, regional tourism promotion contest that we have been running since last year. We have gathered a lot of applications, and those applications propose projects aimed at promoting their regions, especially under-promoted regions, through social network. So we have shortlisted about 38 of them, and we will now equip them with a notebook, free internet, and photo camera for them to implement their projects. We have also engaged two professionals to mentor them throughout the 6th month of their project implementation. So this is one event that we will be holding next week. And the second one is also a very important one. We have been working on social innovation with Vienna University of Business and Entrepreneurship. So we have invited two professors to hold a training on social innovation for a group of youth that we will then be using as a pool of experts. The seed, sort of a seed experts to help us promote social innovation and practice of it further. So we have high stakes on this training, so this is the second one that we will be holding. We have also engaged some famous and quite experienced entrepreneurs to evaluate the ideas, social innovation project ideas of the project participants. So we'll see what we will come up with. And the third one that we will be holding next week also, the first debate training and the first tournament. We are supporting the Westminster debating community to hold this training because it is one of our major targets for this and next year to promote, to support and promote the culture of debating, and we will be looking at disseminating the best practice of launching discussion in debate clubs.
Mr. Ayupov, you mentioned about the contest of promoting the regions, and as you said, there were 38 people selected to the next stage of the contest. So I believe the public would be interested to find out the answer to the question: is it a one-time project, or will it have long-term impact? Will it happen next year, or what is it?
Yes, it has a future, and I'm sure that similar contests will be run not only by UNDP projects, but also by other youth organizations, supported by the government.
You have just told us about a number of planned initiatives for this year, and I would like to ask you, which one of them do you have the highest stakes on?
Okay. Well, I am looking at implementation of all of our activities, all of our planned activities with the same level of excitement. But considering the main goal of our project, I am looking at two particular activities with a particular interest. The first one being establishment and launch of the Social Innovation Lab. This will be a place where social innovation projects are born. This will be a place where private sector and state sector will be able to gain insights about social innovation projects and actually use this place to develop social innovation projects. This will be a place where social innovation projects are supported. This will be a place where all the necessary links and cooperation opportunities are established for these social innovation projects. And the second one being promotion of volunteerism. Mm-hmm. We have a plan of developing two major documents. One is Code of Conduct of Volunteers. The second one, sort of a toolkit of working with volunteers. So we are going to develop these two documents, hand one to organizations so that they can learn where to find the right volunteers, how to attract them, how to recruit them, how to work with them, how to motivate them, etc.
Mr. Ayupov, thank you very much for briefing us on the achievements and results of the project. We look very much forward to seeing new results and achievements, and we were quite honored to have you in our show today.
Good luck in your future project achievements.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And this concludes the 8th episode of UNews Weekly.
And we will bring you more stories from the life and the world of United Nations in Uzbekistan in our next episode of the UNews Weekly.
To find out more on these and other stories of the week, please go to www.un.uz and stay tuned through our Facebook page, that is facebook.com/Unique Tashkent. So for now, from me and the rest of the team, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.